Take a look at the physical development domain, and you'll find this domain in the Preschool Learning Foundations, which we talk about in CD 110, but you'll also find it in the Preschool Curriculum Frameworks, which gives you an idea of how to present curriculum. It doesn't tell you how, it just gives you some ideas, and that we explore in CD 111. So physical development is the domain, and there are three strands. There's fundamental movement skills, perceptual motor skills, and movement concepts. And perceptual motor is the combination of how we perceive information from our senses, and then our large and small motor skills. And then the third strand is active physical play. And so those are the strands. So we have the domain and the strands. And now let's look at the substrands related to this domain and these strands. So under the physical movement, our fundamental movement skills, that strand, we have three substrands: balance, locomotor skills, and when we say locomotor, that means moving yourself in space. So moving from one place to another. And then manipulative skills is the third substrand, which has to do with moving things and interacting with tools and materials, or small motor skills, basically. There are also three substrands for the perceptual motor strand and movement concepts. There's body awareness, and so just being aware of the parts of your body and what those parts can do. Spatial awareness is being aware of how your body fits and interacts with the world around it, or through space. And then the third one is directional awareness, and that is just an awareness of how to move in order to go where you want to go, or how to manipulate your muscles in order to catch or throw a ball, for example, or kick a ball. And then active physical play, that strand has actually three strands, although here it kind of looks like four, but there's really three. Active participation, cardiovascular endurance, which means getting your heart rate up, and then muscular strength, muscular endurance, and flexibility is the last one. So on this slide, we have the domain, we have the strands, and we have the substrands. And so here's an example of how the domain is organized. And this example looks at the strand of fundamental movement skills and the substrand of balance. And you can see at around 48 months, a child would be able to maintain balance while holding still. Sometimes they might need assistance. And an example of that would be maintain balance while in motion, when moving from one position to another, or when changing direction through balance may not be completely stable. And then at or around 60 months shows increasing balance and control when holding still, and shows increasing balance control while moving in different directions, and when transitioning from one movement or position to another. And so lastly, let's take a look at some barriers for physical development. And so what gets in the way of facilitating and supporting physical development in children? Well, the first one is that physical activity is not prioritized. Children don't see adults and other children engaging in physical activities, so they don't think that they should be doing that. Children are not taken to places where they can engage in physical play if they can't do that at home or at their educational environment. Safe outdoor play areas are not easily accessible to children, and safety is an important factor. Children are encouraged to do more sedentary activities, And sometimes those activities are inappropriate for their age, unfortunately. Children have few opportunities to play outside every day. Children have limited access to age-appropriate equipment such as balls, swings, climbing equipment, or riding toys. And the cost associated with children participating in physical activities or from the home environment taking sports or dance lessons are prohibited, and those are expensive.